Hi, I'm Dorie with Forever Quilting. Welcome back to another segment on this wool applique wall hanging. I have finished quilting the center area and now I'm ready to start on the border. If you follow me or have taken any of my classes, you know how much I love ruler work and cross hatching. So I really felt like this 3-inch outer border would be the perfect place to add some curved cross hatching. And I wanted to show you how I section off the border so that I can get an evenly spaced design. First I'm going to start by measuring the border. Now I'm measuring the inner part of the border, not all the way across the width of the quilt. And this measures out to be 37 inches. Now normally I like to divide the area between 2 inches or even 3 inches, especially on this small of a border. But 37 doesn't really divide by 2 very easily. So what I'm going to do is take some adding machine tape and I'm going to cut it 37 inches long, okay? And then I'm going to start folding it in half. And you just keep folding it until you get it down to where the sections are around 2 inches wide. Then what I can do is I can lay this on my border and I can take this square marking tool. It's a miracle marker, and it's available in a 3-pack on my website. This marker irons off when you're done using it. So I'm going to lay out my tape here along the border, and I'm just going to simply start marking it. One mark against the binding area, another mark closer to the other border, the edge of the border. I'm going to keep going back here and making sure I've got it lined up, and just put these marks on there. What this is going to do is give me a place to line up my ruler when I'm doing the cross hatching. These don't have to be perfect. They're just a guide. Now if you've taken any of my classes, this probably looks really familiar. I do demo this in most of my classes. And if you haven't taken my classes, you need to sign up. They're a lot of fun. We talk about a lot of different designs that you can do with cross hatching and curved cross hatching. Okay, I've got that marked, and I'm also going to go around the sides and around the bottom and mark those also, because this cross hatching is continuous all the way around. Okay. Next I'm going to take some clear plastic and lay it over my quilt top so I can play around with some designs. I like to use this 20-inch wide plastic that's on a roll. I got it from a art store here locally. And I've got blue painter's tape on the edges so that I don't mark off of the edge of it. Then I'm going to take a dry erase marker and some rulers. I prefer to use the quilted pineapple rulers. She's got a set of 6, and this gives me a good variety of sizes that I can play around with to see which art is going to work for the design I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to start with this smaller one. It's got a pretty deep arc to it, and if I take it and just mark it as though I'm quilting it, going back and forth, and get an idea of what it's going to look like. Now this looks like it's a pretty deep arc, especially on this small of a border. There's not going to be a whole lot of room for a cross hatching to show up. So I think what I'm going to do is use another arc that maybe doesn't have as deep of a curve, maybe like the 15-inch. I'm going to try that one. Simply going back and forth. That looks pretty good there. And then I'm going to come back and just fill in with some cross hatching lines, just so that I can get a visual of what that's going to look like. That's pretty good. All right, and then I need to fill in these other areas with maybe a flower. This whole quilt is filled with lots of flowers, so maybe I'll echo that out here by making a flower out in the border. I could also put some leaves, some feathers, all kinds of designs I could put out here. Kind of like the petal look. Alright, well, I'm going to play around with some different designs, and we'll come back in just a moment and you can watch me quilt it out. So as you can see here, I'm using these marks that I put on here as dividers, and I'm lining up my ruler with these marks, just going back and forth. This is just creating the baseline for my curve cross hatching.
Have you ever tried to quilt with rulers? Do you enjoy it? Leave a comment below and be sure to come back to my channel for more machine quilting inspiration. Thanks so much for following along on this video series. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube so you don't miss the next video coming out soon.